Year 8, just wanted to give you a couple of reminders on what we've been doing recently, ready for some review work you're going to do. We've been finding some volume of prisms, and so I just wanted to recap a couple of examples in case you need to have a little review. We spoke about what a prism was. So a prism is a 3D shape which has the same shape at the front, back and all the way through. So if we cut any of these shapes part way through, we'd still be able to see the same shape that is at the front. This shape at the front is called the cross section. So we said to find the volume of a prism, you find the area of the shape at the front or the top, okay, the cross-sectional shape. You then times it by the length or the height of that shape. So to find the volume of any prism, you find the area of the shape at the top, the cross-section, and then you times it by the length or the height. So the first type you did were cuboids. Okay, so it was before half term. So if we find the area of the shape at the front, okay, that is going to be 3 centimetres by 5 centimetres, because this is 5. So the area times the length. So the area is 3 times 5, which is 15. We then times that by the length of the shape, which was our 4. So this would be 60, and we said our units are always cubed for a volume. So for a cuboid, you find the area of the shape at the front, times it by the length of the shape. Okay, so that would have given us 60 centimetres cubed. We then had a look at triangular prisms. Okay, and using the same rule, we find the area of the shape at the front. Okay, and then we times it by the length. Okay, now remember the area of a triangle is half base times height. So our volume would be half times base times height and then times it by the length. So our base is 8, our height is 6. So half of 8 times 6, and then we times that by the length. So that half of 8 times 6 is the area at the front, and then that 5 is the length of the shape. Okay? And when we did that, we would have got 120 centimetres cubed. Remember when you're finding your triangle that the area of a triangle uses the height, so that would be the height and this would be the height here. Okay, always use the height. So base times height, half of base times height, times by that. And then the last ones we did, which were the hardest, and I said to you at the time this was the hardest skill, was your cylinders. So for a cylinder, it's still area of cross section times by height or length. The area of the cross section, the shape at the top, is a circle. So your volume would be pi times r squared times length. Now remember that r is your radius. Okay, so if you look at this first example, we haven't got the radius. The radius goes halfway across. We've got the diameter. So our radius halfway across the shape is just going to be a 5. Okay. So the area, our pi r squared, is going to be pi times 5 squared. And then we need to times that by the length of the shape, which was our 12. So then we times that by 12. Okay. And that would give us 942.477. Okay. Radius, so pi times radius squared times the length. Okay, and that's what we went through in the last lesson. And you're going to be doing some review work now. I hope that helps. I will be in the meet when I can if you still need some extra help. Bye.